Durham, I told Gesicki I've never seen you run so fast.
Oh, yeah.
You know the play I'm talking about. He claims it was a 4.9. I do not believe that's accurate. How fast was it?
Yeah, that's a good question. We'll have to check the numbers on that one. But, yeah, he really since the Combine back in 2018, whatever year that was, he's given me a bunch of crap about, top-end speed and stuff. But I can guarantee you it was better than a 4.9.
Is that the most? I'm trying to remember the play. Did you have a lot of grass there?
Yeah, a ton of space, It's always fun when you catch a ball in the flat and you turn and there's nobody there and you can kind of just take off and you don't have to worry about really anyone around you. So that was nice.
Durham, the Jets have a couple of really strong interior defensive linemen with John Franklin Myers and Quinnen Williams. And without giving away your game plan or anything, I know a lot of times that'll be incumbent on a tight end to either wham those guys or maybe line up in the backfield. Just what kind of challenges those guys present you and your kind of approach to this game?
Yeah, I mean, I think their entire front four and really their front seven is one of the strengths of their entire team. They're pretty talented across the board, good players really in every position. And I think when you face, a front like that, it's going to be a total, offensive effort. You got to keep those guys guessing, what are we going to do on this play? What are we going to do on that play? But it'll be a nice challenge. And I think, like I said, with that being a strength of their team really in general, it'll be kind of up to us to kind of set the tone from that perspective.
Going back up to Jersey, isn't that where Mike is from?
It is, yeah.
So does he kind of have a little bit of a community that comes together when you guys go back up there, or is it just all ball?
Yeah, no, I mean, it is all ball, but Mike's a homebody to begin with, so anytime that we get anywhere in that area, I hear a lot about it, we all hear a lot about it, so he's excited to be around, family, friends, his whole thing, so.
Are you a fan of the popular MTV show Jersey Shore?
Well, myself, no, personally. I can't speak for Mike either, but I don't know if that's an accurate representation of the area. But if it is, then that's fitting for him. It's on brand. So.
More of a Sopranos guy?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Love the Sopranos. Yeah.
Have you been to the Jersey Shore?
I have actually. I say that all about Mike, but I was actually born in Philadelphia before I moved to Texas early on, and we used to spend summers out in the South Jersey Shore a week here, a week there. So I was almost too young to remember it, but I do have a little bit of background there. Yeah.
This is not as wild a question as Jersey Shore. I'm wondering about young Hunter Long.
Yeah.
Who we haven't seen a lot. During the games. What have you noticed, if anything, about sort of, how he's doing in practice and how he's handling not playing,
Yeah. Hunter's a good football player. I know with, him not being exposed to the general public yet, people don't really know, that about him yet. But he's a good football player. He's a smart guy. It's always tough, as a rookie, in a position like that. I was in a similar situation when I first got here back in 2018, but there were some injuries and then I had to play. So it's always about the situation. But he's done a great job in terms of, staying, involved in the game plan, involved in the game planning. And he's, like I said, he's a good player. He will be a good player in this league. I think he'll play in this league for a long time, as long as, he continues on this track. And it's cool to see that, obviously, without getting as many reps in games, he's still staying so involved. So that's a kudos to him.
Durham, piggybacking off of Joe's question, have you and Mike had to have chats with him to keep his spirits up, because he did come in as a third-round pick and he's inactive most of the days?
Well, I mean, like I said, he's a smart kid, so he almost doesn't even require that. He knows what happens in this league in terms of specific situations and things of that nature, but. He's one of those guys that I think is motivated enough that he doesn't really need us to kind of pick him up here and there. But I mean, I will say he's ready every week. So if there's ever something that happens, he'll be ready and he'll be able to fill in.
Question for you, and I've heard this, and I kind of do agree with it. It came from Jeff Ireland, who predates you.
Okay, yeah, I know the name.
He said tight end is the second hardest position to learn to get to the point of contributing in the NFL because of the many different facets that you have to learn to do your job.
Sure.
Do you think that that's accurate?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I can't speak for other positions, but in terms of at least the path that myself and even Mike being in the same draft class have gone through, I think there could be some accuracy to that. In terms of what I was thinking and how comfortable I was in 2018 versus now is a huge differential. And I think Mike is probably the same way. I don't want to speak for him, but in terms of his production, it seems like he probably is the same way. And I think it is kind of like you mentioned, it's just kind of a culmination of, we have to do so many things within the offense. Maybe one day you're focused on, being a receiver, the next day you're focused on whatever. It does take some time to be able to feel comfortable from a holistic standpoint. So I think there's definitely some accuracy to that.